Arsenal are back to winning ways in the Premier League. A fantastic brace from Gabriel Jesus, who makes it 5 goals in his last 2 games, coupled with an incredible performance from 18-year-old Miles Lewis-Skelly. We'll also be looking at the incredible performance of Gabriel Martinelli in a new role at right wing, with an update on the injury of Bukayo Saka as well. So buckle up, Gunners, as I welcome you to the 3rd edition of the Arsenal Review.
Hello Gunners, hope you are doing well. I certainly am after that 5-1 thumping of Crystal Palace. We have a lot to get through in today's video, but let us just start with Mr. Gabriel Jesus, the man of the moment. Another 2 brilliant goals for him today. Let's have a look at each of them. The first one, obviously brilliant shielding from Gabriel Magalhaes and a sweet little finish into the bottom left hand corner. And the second one as well, I really like that. The power, the accuracy, it just shows a man in form and a man with a lot of confidence. And I feel like now he's in this moment, we certainly need to trust him. He looks happy, he looks like he believes, and he looks so confident in front of goal. He should have really had a hat-trick if we're going to be honest. In terms of his raw stats from the game, Gabriel Jesus had 6 touches in the opposition box, 6 duels won, 5 shots, 3 on target, 3 aerial duels won, 2 goals, hit the woodwork once and a foul 1-2. He has just been absolutely blistering, and he's added a new sort of element to our attack. He rotates, he goes to the left at times, he's through the centre, he's through the right, and that fluidity can be really important, and we're now seeing us start to score more goals purely because of it. Let us get on to the star boy, Mr. Miles Lewis-Skelly, who I thought was absolutely incredible in the game. The sort of things I was seeing from him, it was almost like he was 27. He's been in the Premier League for about 10 years. He really took the game in the scruff of his neck. In terms of his raw stats as well, 18 out of 19 passes completed is unreal, 5 out of 7 duels won as well, 2 tackles, 2 fouls won, 2 final third entries, and completed all of his take-ons as well. For someone just 18 years old, that is mightily impressive. Also want to show you this moment from the game. Look where Miles Lewis-Skelly is on the ball, completely pressed, and I think this was my favourite moment from him in the match, apart from the time he bodied Sarr. He found the ball in this zone and he managed to find a ball into Ødegaard here. To be able to do that at 18 years old away at Selhurst Park, I think the score was still 2-1 to us, so the game was still kind of cagey. It is just absolutely incredible. The confidence he has, the way he takes on the game, it is something you want to be really proud of as someone looking at it, To be so young, to want to take on the responsibility, to be able to drive, it takes a lot of cojones, and Miles Lewis-Skelly is going right to the very top, We talk about Calafiori, Zinchenko, all the left backs we have. But Miles Lewis-Skelly here, he's knocking on that door and showing he can be a consistent member of the Arsenal first team. Before we continue with all the positives, something you may have missed as well is that Raheem Sterling wasn't on the Arsenal bench this afternoon. And apparently, according to Mikel Arteta, he was injured. I probably do think that is true, but I just wanted to speak about how disappointing Raheem Sterling's loan spell has been. With Saka now out injured, which I'll talk about in a minute, we're going to need our other players to step up to the plate and show that they can contribute. So without Sterling getting injured at such a crucial time, it's kind of making me think, was his loan spell a sort of waste of time? Let me know in the comments down below, but I was so disappointed not to see Sterling on the bench, especially now that Saka's injured. I'm kind of thinking, outside of Trossard and Martinelli, obviously the solution on the right wing, what can we really do? Now onto the update you guys have all been waiting on our star boy, Bukayo Saka, the original star boy, who went off injured quite early into the game against Crystal Palace. And well, Arteta has come out to say that it is a hamstring issue and he is pretty worried about it. There is also, of course, the video I showed at the beginning of Saka on crutches that is live after the game, and it is not looking good at all. Exactly what we didn't need. With everybody, sort of returning, another key player goes out injured. A reliable ITK known as AFC Camden has come onto Twitter and said that Saka actually did his hamstring for England. He tweaked it again against Chelsea. So maybe this is a reoccurring issue and he's properly done it in now, which would be the worst of worst possible case scenarios. Hopefully it's not too long, but hamstring injuries, we do know, take a very long time. But anyway, Gunners, there was some sort of good news to come out of Saka potentially coming off the pitch, and that is for, Gabriel Martinelli, who was shifted over to the right wing and looked pretty good. He got himself a goal. He also had 3 key passes, 50 touches in the game, so really influential. I thought he looked really bright going down the byline. He was able to properly put balls into the box, and he provided the width that we sort of need from our wingers. And maybe this is a solution for us going forward, because if it does look likely that Saka's going to be out for a couple of weeks. We need somebody to be able to hold their own on that side of the pitch. And Martinelli seems as though he's ready to take that on. But then again, that means who's going to be the one to take the baton over on the left wing? Is it Trossard, who didn't look great in the game? Or is it going to be a case of Gabriel Jesus off the left, Havertz through the centre, and then Marino or Partey partnering Rice and Ødegaard in the middle? There is a lot for Mikel Arteta to think about, but a good headache to have, because Martinelli really did show for the first time in a very, very long time that he can actually beat his man, probably because he doesn't have to think about what to do. He knows his best suit of getting at his fullback is to go down the line, and cutting in isn't really an option for him. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty good display from him. Let me know down below your thoughts on that Martinelli performance. Now, obviously, the last segment of this video. How could I not talk about that Declan Rice cameo? In the game, I definitely did think we were struggling with Kai Havertz next to Thomas Partey, who had a lot of players to deal with in the middle of the park. And it sort of gathered into my mind, why on earth has Mikel Arteta not brung Declan Rice onto the pitch? But hey, this is why he's paid the big bucks. He knew the exact moment to bring him, and he did a massive job. A brilliant influence off the bench. His stats: 100 ground duels won, 100% of his tackles won, 90% pass accuracy, 2 shots, a goal and an assist. The maximum impact from a 32-minute cameo. And it shows, there's no Arsenal without Declan Rice. I feel like a lot of our fans underestimate the importance of Declan Rice in the middle of our, sort of midfield. Without him, the engine room, we sort of struggle. We need somebody who can break things down, somebody who can travel with the ball for, large distances. And Declan Rice is that man. He really does make the rest of the team better. And you can tell, our defense looked a lot more assured as well. Final things to note, a big win, of course. Calafiori obviously coming back into the side is key. He made a really good impact in the game. I thought, he was getting forward, he was getting into challenges. He obviously got an assist for the Declan Rice goal as well. And obviously the appalling tackle we saw from Nathaniel Klein on him. I was really worried we were going to lose another key player. But having him back to help Miles Lewis-Skelly out, to help, the other guys that can play left back is really important. Another thing, we are now 10 games unbeaten in all competitions. And the funny thing is, it doesn't feel like it, but it just goes to show how competitive football is right now. The Premier League, the Champions League, every team you face are very good and very competitive. So we must not underestimate the run the team is. Not losing games is important in football. I know on the surface those draws felt like losses, but at the end of the day, we're in a position now where we can kick on a lot more easier. Now looking on to the game against Ipswich on the 27th, the Friday. It's a big game at home in front of our crowd. A nice occasion. I do expect us to go big and go for the big win again. Ipswich without their captain. I'm not sure Delap if he's going to be back or whatever, but still, I feel like we should have more than enough to beat them. But anyway, that is it for now, Gunners. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, peace.